Have you ever found yourself waking up between 3 and 5 a.m., seemingly for no reason? You check the clock, feel wide awake, and wonder why your body refuses to stay asleep. Could it be that God is calling you to a deeper purpose during these early hours? The Bible is filled with examples of God speaking to his people in the quiet moments of the night. This devotional will explore why you might be waking up at this hour and how you can use this time to seek God's presence, engage in spiritual warfare, and receive divine revelation. 1. A call to prayer and intimacy with God. Throughout Scripture, we see that early morning hours are significant for prayer and seeking God. Mark 1:35. Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. Psalm 119:147. I rise before dawn and cry for help. I have put my hope in your word. Jesus himself modeled this practice by waking up before dawn to pray. If you find yourself waking up at this time, it may be an invitation from God to step into his presence, pour out your heart, and listen for his voice. The fourth watch, a time of supernatural activity. Biblically, the night was divided into different watches, with the fourth watch occurring between 3 and 6 a.m. This period was often a time of divine encounters and supernatural interventions. Matthew 14:25. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. Jesus walked on water during the fourth watch, showing that this time is significant for breakthrough and miracles. God may be calling you to intercede for others or to expect his miraculous work in your life. 3. Spiritual warfare, a time to stand firm. The Bible warns us about spiritual battles happening in the unseen realm. The early hours of the morning are often when spiritual warfare is most intense. Ephesians 6:12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Psalm 91:5-6. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day. If you wake up feeling restless, anxious, or spiritually attacked, it may be a sign that God is prompting you to pray for protection over yourself and your loved ones. Declare Psalm 91 over your life the next time you wake up unexpectedly at night. 4th, receiving divine revelations. God often speaks to his people in dreams and visions during the night. Job 33:14-16. For God does speak, now one way, now another, though no one perceives it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they slumber in their beds, he may speak in their ears. Genesis 46:2. And God spoke to Israel in a vision at night. If you wake up between 3 to 5 a.m. after a dream or strong impression, take a moment to write it down. God may be giving you a message, guidance, or direction for your life. Have you ever had a dream that felt like a message from God? Keep a journal by your bed to record any insights. 5. A time for worship and thanksgiving. Instead of feeling frustrated when waking up early, use this time to worship and thank God. Psalm 63:6-7. On my bed I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. Acts 16:25. About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening to them. Worship has the power to shift the atmosphere, bring peace, and align our hearts with God. The next time you wake up at this hour, play a worship song or sing a hymn to invite God's presence. Waking up between 3 to 5 a.m. is not a coincidence. It is a divine invitation. God may be calling you to pray and seek his presence, engage in spiritual warfare, receive divine revelation, worship, and give thanks. Instead of seeing these early hours as an inconvenience, embrace them as sacred moments to draw closer to God. The next time you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., don't scroll through your phone or try to force yourself back to sleep. Instead, spend time in prayer, worship, and reflection. You might be surprised at what God reveals to you. May this devotional inspire you to respond to God's wake-up call with faith and obedience.